Alright, right when 96 just dropped this morning, I totally forgot that I didn't read 95. And how could I have forgotten to read 95? And the reason is because they dropped 95 very late. Not this week, but at least a week or two ago. I'm always used to having the chapters drop in the beginning of the month, at least week 2 or so, right now with 96. 95 was dropped very, very late within November. Therefore, it completely slipped my mind. Now that I have to talk about both chapters. Yeah, here we are. So, let's talk about 95. Chapter 95 was all about the little sisters. Mainly Norn. And this is where her character picks up and people start to really like her. And I always say this with the writing of Mushoku Tensei is how you may feel about a character now will probably and most likely change throughout the story. Because people are like books, you see the cover and you're not sure if you're really up for it or you like it. But then as you get to know, give it a chance and understand it bit by bit, you may come to like it. That's how books are. Norn did something that Rudius could never do. And that was to overcome her fear and anxiety. Rudius stayed inside his room. We all know this. It's the reason why he's in this world in the first place. He never tried to make that step. He self-pitied himself. No matter how many times people come and try to help him to get out of that rut, he never bothered to pick himself up as well, or at least take the hand of someone. His parents, his siblings, even his best friend. He just ignored them all. How can you understand me? It was like that. Like, dude, you're not the only person that goes through this. And he's not. It's not a good reason, I understand, but still. He was too self-centered on himself, wallowed in his own pain, in his own shame. So he stayed inside and he had probably the best supportive parents ever. The fact that they allowed him to stay in the house, even past their deaths, and he just didn't do nothing but stay in his room all his life. It's like, wow, these parents were patient and were okay with him going through this. It's like, damn. I know America, most Americans be like, get out of this house, man. What you doing here, man? You ain't doing nothing. I understand what happened to you, but that was years ago, man. People go through worse, and they try to fight more than that. I understand each person's trial is their own, but Rudy's completely failed. He was someone who could not fall back. When he falls, he cannot pick himself up easily. He is not. We've seen this even within the show. And Norn did that. Norn picked herself back up, and she decided to try. She tried to make something of herself, in a way. And the author called her Norm for a reason. Norm to be someone who's very normal. And even some will say below normal. Where everyone else around her are extraordinary people who do such amazing things. Well, whatever she tries at, it's always average compared to everyone else's stuff. So that's how it was. It kind of reminds me of that one show that came on years ago called Maybe It's Me, where everyone was so, in the family was so unique and special, and the girl was the only one who was she saw herself as normal compared to everybody else in her family. Called Maybe It's Me. Maybe she's not the normal one after all, for being normal. But who knows? Now let's move on with that. And she goes about her life with her studies and her making friends, and even decides to pick up helping Rudius and writing storybooks about the superb race. And she would gain the advantage of Rudius by telling stories how she would hang out with Rudyard on their journey to their place. And he would tell them stories as she sleeps on his lap and stuff. And Rudy's so jealous, and she has the worst most pitiful smirk I ever seen in my life. Like, she tried to smirk, she couldn't do that right. The smirk was just completely off. It was like a up squiggle up. Like, dang girl, you can't even do that. Then we see things with Aisha herself. Aisha wanted an allowance. She's doing such a splendid job around the house, made life living there much easier, and all she asked for is a very simple, small amount of allowance compared to what even Sophie said was probably too small. They should give her more, but that's all she wanted. So she was humble, and all she did was buy things to girly up her room and stuff, and really snuck a peek in and stuff. And she was just playing around like, oh, Oni-chan, you pervert, staying out my room, peeking into my room. And it's funny. It's funny. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but people who read beyond the chapters of Mushoku Tensei were pointing this out like, oh shit, it's foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing. Oh my god. I'm not getting into that. Okay, stop. Let's get into chapter 96. Chapter 96, everything is just going well for Rudius. He is enjoying his life as much as he can. He's here, he got his woman, he got his sisters like him, he has his friends, his associates, all that good stuff. He's working with Nanahoshi on the teleportation, which he's making progress in, and he's just being helpful by delivering his mana to each person that comes to help him. Well, he helps anyways. In return, you also have Cliff and his progress with Alina Lays and her curse as well, trying to create an undergarment that she can wear that can transfer the curse bit by bit. But so far it's uncomfortable, and he's going to find a way to make a more comfortable thing she can wear so the curse can be transferred. And once again, he needs help with Rudius to supply the magic, the mana. Because, Rudius has a humongous mana pool. It's because that everyone's relying on Rudius for things. And everyone's research is helping each other's research out. A lot of things that in these shows they don't mention is how in other stories when they can't make inventions or progress of something, most of the times they are influenced or advised by other projects. One project may fail, but you can pick up advantage from that project and put it into another one. Add it to that formula to make advancements. It happens all the time in the world of progression. Sons and Zanobas also work on their projects with also the automaton in their statues. So school life is going great. The sibling life is going great too. Aisha always praised her big brother. Norm is getting along, helping with the books. And Sophie is pregnant. That's right, Sophie is pregnant. And he was like, wow, is this what happiness is? Is this what I finally reached? I am married, I have my family together, I have friends and associates and stuff. I'm going to a good school, something I never did in my past. I've achieved true happiness, he believes. And he is just like, wow. He just can't know what to do with himself until the end of this chapter, where you see a letter from Geese that came 6 months ago. And it says that they need help. Things, rescuing Zenith isn't going the way they planned, and they need help. So he's like, oh no. And this happens. This is one other reason why I can relate to Rudy's situation. Is that Rudy is a character who doesn't mind settling. He'll have this mindset where he will be okay where he's at, and he'll be happy with it. Because everything he had before sucked. So, in the beginning, he was okay staying inside the village where he was born and with Selphie, and they worked their way to the academy. Then he had to move, thanks to the father, go help out Eris with her tutoring. Then he was still content with that. Like, okay, after this, I'll still go with Selphie. But then the Mana calamity happened, and now he's constantly on the move with Richard, having to find a way to get back home going place to place, meeting new experiences, and advancing. And he felt like, okay, he completely forgot about Selfie. He worked things out with his dad, and he just needed to find the mom. And then once that, him and the family and even Eris come along, because what happened to Eris' family? Oh, right, everything's going well. Eris and them did their thing. Eris left, so once again, he's left in Desiree. Now he's go off to help find Zenith. He's going to find Zenith. Some things happen, and instead, he now have to go to the magical university, where it said it was okay. The father said, Father Clay said, you don't have to look for Zenith anymore, because we know where she's at. We know what dungeon she's in. You can just relax and take care of the sisters and build a home for them while we finish this off. There's no point of them living with us, and they're miserable with the grandmother, so just have them stay over there. That was Rudy's job. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because someone in the comic section of this chapter was shitting on Rudius for enjoying his life while everyone was trying to rescue them all and stuff, which was not the point. The point is that the father even told himself to not to worry about it, to stay there at home. In fact, the next chapter is going to clearly say this later on, but I'm not going to get into it that much. But that's how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to happen. The Athame Rudius, just stay home, create a home and take care of your sisters. We'll take it over here. We'll bring back Zenith and we'll all be one big happy family. That's what Paul said. So this person was getting dogged on in the comic section because his reply was pretty dumb. He wasn't really paying attention to the story of what was happening. He was saying really just enjoy himself, enjoying girls while, Paul was working off, doing things. And you have the same mindset that happened when Riz met Paul again in the first place after the Mono Calamity. And you completely missed the point of all of that. And it's like, wow, you do not understand the series whatsoever. And the fact that you're all the way up here and you're still shitting on the series is pretty dumb. It really is. But anyways, it seems like another thing's about to happen. Another turning point. Oh man, you know about these turning points, people. These turning points are not good. When these turning points happen, a big change is about to happen. And like I said, with Rudius, he is content with settlement. He doesn't care about advancing or really care about changing. He just wants to have something that's nice and sell there. Just like myself, I couldn't stand all the moving back in the day. We're always moving in the back of the day. Even after I graduated high school, I always had to move. And it was so annoying because everyone around me didn't have to move as much as we did. We weren't even in the military anymore, and we were still moving so much because the people around us just made some dumb decisions all the time. So, now that I'm content, I've been in here for going on, 6, 7 years in this place. It's like, I do plan on getting a house one day. It's nice. It's nice. But things happen where you have to make changes. And you may not like those changes, but you gotta give it a chance and see where it goes and stuff. So yeah, those were the chapters, man. We're about to hit volume 12 of the light novels, people. We're almost there, volume 12, which is one of the most highly anticipated volumes, one of the most loved volumes, one of the best covers that people really love within the series for how epic it looks. Have you seen the cover for volume 12? It's gorgeous. So anyway, so like that first video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on anime. Signing out.